This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Ho Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote scripts. All right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 493. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Brian.
I had to make sure that is correct. Okay, 493. We are there.
That is what the outline says.
Doesn't mean it's correct.
Oh, okay.
Intern fax machine has been kind of slumping lately. Brian, how are those intern interviews going along?
I haven't had any.
I'll send them to you. I got some applications.
Yeah, that's usually how that works.
Katie Cassidy requested one.
No.
Harp Twins.
No.
Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Okay.
Scott Baio.
Fuck
Dean
no.
Cain.
Fuck no.
And Kevin from 365 Flicks podcast.
Well, we can hire him.
Yeah, I think we could get
I
him.
mean, we probably could.
Dean Cain's really excited, though.
Fuck Dean Cain.
I'd rather not.
Another one just given. You got mail. Kirk Cameron just asked for it.
No.
He saved Christmas.
Did he?
Lena Dunham?
No.
No. Barbara Streisand? I'm just telling you, the people we're a pretty popular podcast.
Apparently, celebrities want to be our interns.
What celebrity should be our intern? That's a good poll of the week.
Michael Caine.
No.
I'll be your intern.
The real Michael Caine being our intern, that would be cool, though.
He was a good butler.
Yeah, that would be all right. But then we'd just have to listen to him.
No, if you actually had Michael Caine in here, you would never have a Michael Caine impression from me.
Yeah, right. I don't believe that for a second.
Well,
Michael
the
Caine.
minute he did, the real Michael Caine would just bitch slap him.
I feel like Michael Caine would punch somebody.
We would be looking for a new intern immediately.
No, we'd be looking for a new co-host.
Oh.
I'll be honest, if you got Michael Caine, I probably would step aside. My job is done. My job is done. Yeah, so we're back. Blake will be here soon.
He's stuck in traffic.
The snow dogs are taking him a little while to get here, so he'll be here soon. The sled dogs.
Yeah, they ran out of snow.
A while back.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It's a bumpy ride.
Brian,
Jason.
we have a lot of breaths of silence this week, but we do. Who just died from the Punisher wars?
Ray Stevenson.
Yes. Didn't realize he was only 58.
58.
That's young.
Yeah. Breath of silence. I completely forgot that he was in Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little unrecognizable because of the prosthetics and the beard and all that stuff.
He's been... his IMDb...
Well, here
been
comes
in
Blake.
A ton of stuff.
He was in Star Wars universe, too, as Balin Skull.
Yeah.
Oh, in the future Ahsoka TV series.
Oh.
So that would be it.
So we'll be...
He has an
back.
orange-red lightsaber.
Orange-red?
Yeah.
So he's evil.
Yes. He was also in King Arthur. 2004.
As Dagonet.
Yep. Let's see here. He was in Rome, HBO's Rome.
I didn't watch that one.
I didn't either. I didn't realize he was in the whole Thor trilogy.
He was.
Wow. Who was he in Punisher? Warzone.
Punisher?
The Punisher?
Was he?
Yes.
Yes.
Frank Castle in Punisher Warzone?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I don't think I've ever saw that one.
I don't think he did.
Is that the one after the Thomas Jane one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That he
Yes.
didn't come back for and then...
Yes.
Okay.
It was god-awful.
Was it?
Yes.
How was
He
Punisher
was
Frank Castle?
okay. But
Okay.
the script was awful.
Was it an origin story again, or did they kind of make it as a sequel to
It
the
was
first
kind
Punisher?
of both.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't like I don't think they knew what they wanted it to be, and it was like just super, like over the top gory, like like just the violence was unnecessary.
Did they kill his family in it, or did they gloss over that? If you don't remember, say I was just curious.
I can't remember. I feel like it was part of the story, but not like the main driving point.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Blake, welcome to the show. How was the Great North?
It was great.
Was it? I'm glad you got out of the wilderness.
Yeah, it was good.
It took you 2 weeks. Did you
Yeah.
like to do a Survivor Man in the wilderness?
No, it was all luxury trip.
Oh, okay.
No Survivor. You know, food.
No survivors?
No
Oh my
survivor.
God.
No Survivor trips. All food.
Oh, okay.
Alcohol. You know how it goes.
So you went to Alaska.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Did a Princess Cruises trip to Alaska,
Mm-hmm.
debarking from Vancouver, and then going up to like Ketchikan, Juneau, Skagway, Glacier National Park.
How was that?
College Fjord, and then finally getting to Whittier, and doing a land excursion up into Denali, and then up by Denali National Park, and then coming back down through Talkeetna to Anchorage, and then flying all the way home.
Did you... when did you get home? Our time.
Last Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. last Wednesday.
How long did it take you to recover, like time zone?
I'm still working on it.
Really?
Yeah. But when you get out to the West Coast, it's 3 hours. You go to Alaska, it's 4.
Alaska's only 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
5 hour. Well, technically 5 hour difference, but it's 4. They're 4 behind.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. However
That's
that
new
works.
math. I like that.
Yeah, new math.
I like that.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 hours.
Because when we do business in Hawaii,
Yeah.
we're always like, shoot, it's 6 hours difference.
Hawaii is 6 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, I guess I can't call them at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you could. It could be 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
No one will be there.
No,
Correct.
you can leave him a voicemail
Why is this attorney not answering?
because he's on coke. Well, if he's on coke,
hey.
if he was on coke, he'd be answering. It's 2 a.m.
What do you need?
What do you need? What do you need?
I got you.
Yeah. No, it was really good. It's the beginning of the tourist season,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so this, I think, is probably the best time to go. And in reality, because you're there before kids can partake, because people
Mm-hmm.
are still in school, whether it be grade, high school, college, and it's the beginning of the tourist season, so you're kicking off, and demographic wise, we're probably like one of the youngest couples on the cruise.
Good,
When I
fair.
look around at everybody, I'm like, okay, they're near death. They will be near death. And they're retired. No, but seriously.
And then Blake started pushing them off the side.
So
right.
it wasn't a swingers cruise then.
Oh, it still was.
Oh, yeah, it still was. No, seriously. Yeah, looking for that sugar mama at age 90.
I only got 1 year left, honey.
That's right.
My nephew, who
Yeah.
just got married, congratulations, Fish.
Yeah.
He actually
Condolences.
he actually left Sunday, flew to Vancouver, and they're doing Alaska cruise.
Really?
Yeah, they left today, I guess.
Well, was it Princess?
they're
or were they
doing Disney.
Norwegian?
They're what?
They're doing Disney.
Yeah,
Disney cruise.
Yeah.
Out of Vancouver for
Yeah.
Alaska?
yeah.
Well, that figures.
I mean,
Well, no, seriously. Oh, okay. Well, good. Well, he should, because he's got his soul is sold to Disney. You might as well go all the way.
I think there's a
Yeah. But it's
Disney Cruise Line.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's really cool. Whether cruise lines are working there, you're either departing for Vancouver or Seattle going up.
Yep.
And you're on that version. Or there are other people that fly into Alaska, do the land thing first, and then hit the cruise, and they take the ships back.
Yeah.
So you're hitting whatever it is, along the coast. So we were up there, when you pull into ports, you got called excursions. You sign up for whatever things you do. Like we went sea kayaking, and in the morning of when I'm going out, it's like 45 degrees. And I'm going, why am I sea kayaking at 45 degrees? Because all my experiences of kayaking are, I'm going to get my feet wet and legs wet because you got to get in the kayak.
Yes. Which is the most difficult part.
Well, it is. And I'm a simpleton because I was relaying to everything you do here on the rivers here in Ohio. And they had a pier out there, and the guy, they hold your kayak, and you climb in from the top, and you don't get wet.
Oh, that's
pretty cool.
Did you flip over?
Boring.
No.
Okay.
Thank God.
That's my biggest fear.
That water would be cold.
My biggest fear is flipping over and
In a kayak? Come on, you want to do rolls.
No.
That's the point of getting in a kayak.
No. Our guide for that excursion was a young 20-something. He's native to Alaska. He grew up there. And he kind of talked like this the entire time. He's like, yeah, I grew up here. This is like my third year kayaking. I did this my entire life. And he talked that way and gives me stories. And the excursion was go to Eagle Island, do some maybe whale watching if you're lucky, kayaking out. And he's like, and if you find yourself in a dark, cold place, you've probably flipped over. I'll come over as soon as possible, take some pictures first and laugh. And then we'll help you out. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So the good part was, so we're out there in the middle of this bay or fjord. We're kayaking, looking at sea life along the low. I mean, their ebb and flow. The tides are like 20-foot difference, which is like second highest in the world of where we were at. And so you literally see when the tide goes out. I mean, you're looking at everything.
Yeah.
Starfish, or not starfish, I'm sorry, sea stars, because they're not fish. Sea stars and all this other kind of stuff that's, latches on, and he's going around talking to that and looking at this, beautiful sea life, that's there. And, hey, when the tide goes out, the natives say, yes, the table is set for dinner. You just go out and eat. And he said the local tribe there had no word for starvation. Because never starve because you
just wait for the sea to go out.
The sea to go out.
Yeah.
And eat. But so it was pretty cool. We're out there, we're kayaking around, and it's like this head pops out of the water about 100 yards away. And he's like, "Oh, well, that could be a harbor seal, and they're usually pretty friendly and playful. Let's see. Let's wait here for a moment and see if he pops back up." Well, about 25 yards away from everybody, two heads pop out of the water. And they're sea lions. And he goes, whoa, they're sea lions. Okay, we all need to go this way right now.
We need to avoid those at all costs.
Yeah, because they can be aggressive.
Yes.
And the last thing you want are aggressive sea lions attacking you in a kayak.
How did Blake die?
Yeah.
Sea lion attack.
Sea lion attack.
I just picture this as a scary movie. Like you have two heads pop out, and then you look back, and you're paddling away. Three heads pop out, then four, then five. They just get close around.
But that was really cool.
I like that film.
Yeah, it was like the other excursions. You can be in like little private boats, and they take you out to where they know where the whales are. Because these are the same whales that go to Hawaii and mate. And then they come back north and they stay up here. So we're at the beginning of that northern migration. So the first night, we had like 3 pods of humpback whales, maybe some orcas. We've seen dolphins.
For dinner?
No, for the first night. Night underway from Vancouver. And where everybody's like, oh my God, this is going to be the best cruise ever. Didn't see any more whales on the ship at all. But we did see some on an excursion where he pulled into a port. I can't remember. It was Juneau. You go on an excursion, or I can't, Skagway. It all mixes together. I had to go look at the days and photos. But we went out there and we found a humpback, and it was really cool. You're getting up. You have to stay 100 yards away. And
time out. Was there people that did go up closer?
No.
Okay.
Actually,
good.
They said it's a very scientific method. You either see it and you go to that direction, or you go where all the other whale watching boats are.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
And so they did. They found it, and you can listen on the radios. You can hear the other captains going, we're sure humpback hair off of whatever point, whatever. And they're usually pretty friendly. And even though they're all competing for your business, all the the little boat captains are kind of like,
Yeah.
we'll let our internal other boats know first, and then we'll open it up
Correct.
and say, yeah, this is what we see. So everybody gets, a share of, looking at whales. And so, yeah, but they can't come within 100 yards. That's law. And it's kind of funny because he's like, okay, we're looking at this whale. He goes down. They come up and they go down. And it's real quick, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. So he's looking at it. We're looking at the pattern. He's like, I think he's going to come back up here. He goes, I'm going to move over here to this other side so everybody else can see. And then while he's doing that, it pops up 25 yards from the boat. And everybody's like, oh, my God. And nobody has their cameras ready.
Yeah.
And by the time it comes up, it goes in, flips down, the backside or the hump.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, too late. And he's got to kill the motor. And then you got to sit there and you wait. And all you do is you wait to make sure you see where he's coming
Yeah.
from. And then he come up further away. And I was like, that was pretty cool. So you saw
Did
it
you
up
yell
front.
at the whale? You got to be back 75 more yards. Get back.
It's illegal for you to get this close.
That's right.
I got a restraining order.
Yeah. So, I was talking about, did you see Star Trek 2? 4. Was it Star Trek 4? Nobody knew what I was talking about.
4-inch home.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, we can't find the whales here. And it's like, have you seen Star Trek 4? And everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I was like,
So that's a 40-year-old film? I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just keeping my mouth shut.
Never mind.
Never mind.
But he said he was with all the old people.
But yeah, I was with the old people, but they were probably not as nerdy as me. So, but no, it was really cool. So those are pretty cool excursions.
Yeah.
You get on the train in Alaska, and it's one of those panorama trains where you go up on the second level, and it's all glass walls and glass ceiling. There's like buses that we took out to the Yukon, in one of the other ports, and it was really good and seeing a lot of.
Did you have a
wildlife.
desire to stay there?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you only go to Alaska for two things. It's either because you're a wanted person, you need to get away,
Yeah.
or you want to get away.
Yeah.
That's one of the other two things.
I have no issue with that.
So on the train route, the guides that are there are talking about, this is so and so who lives here, just on the train ride, and you look at it, and it's like these little shanties where people just come to get away from society,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Or you're quote unquote an artist, or quote unquote a writer.
What book have you written?
Yeah,
Nothing.
exactly. So you look at some of these things and these people, and you're like, "This is crazy." And then you tell like the bear stories and people and all that kind of fun stuff. But the scariest thing we did was we chartered a flight on this little Piper airplane 2-prop, and we flew from the little Denali airstrip to go fly around the summit of Mount Denali, 20,000 feet up, 20,310 feet up.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Unpressurized at 10,000 feet, the oxygen masks you got to put on, and but it was scary as fuck. And the reason it was because it was so windy, and that little plane gets up there and it starts hitting those crosswinds and shears. And you want to talk about turbulence that'll make you pee your pants?
Yep.
We hit it, and it was me, the old lady, the two in-laws, and this couple from California. And you're seat belted in. If we weren't seat belted in, you would have been hitting the ceiling of this thing and hitting the side. It was that bumpy and rough. And then the pilot's like, it's going to be a little bumpy, so hold on. Kapoom, kapoom, kapoom. You're talking like 6-foot drops.
Did anyone
and
get
ups.
sick?
Fortunately, no. But they kept saying the sick bags, or what do they call those?
The vomit bags?
Not the vomit bags. They get that
Air sick bags.
the technical terms, like
Yeah.
the wellness bags or whatever they call it, to puke into. And they're talking about how to
If you're
puke.
gonna spew,
spew into the
They had little
spew into the
cups.
bag. Yeah, into the bag. And they're like, if you got the oxygen mask on, remember, take
Take
the
it off.
oxygen mask off and puke into
Could
the
you
bag.
imagine?
They've said it's happened.
Oh,
They've
I'm
said-
sure it
they're like,
has.
they're like, we don't care. We've cleaned them all the time before. But you might, because you got to put it back on your face.
So the pilots, they have them on too, right?
Oh yeah,
Because-
and yes, exactly.
Because they're not.
Headsets.
You can't get used to that at all, especially when you're going up, I guess.
Well, as a passenger, not very much. But as pilots, those guys fly it. These like we do
Yeah.
like 4 flights. Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, we do like these 4 flights a day, and today's our day 1 flying here out of here in Denali. You're like, don't tell me that. And then
We've only lost 6 passengers.
Exactly. And then, so the guy was going up. Usually he's the pilot and he does the speaking, but they had a pilot there, and he was from Dayton, by the way.
Huh.
Here in Wright Brothers home, And he was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm flying today. And the other guy's like, I used to do this, but I'm going up and I'm helping, train them in regards to what to say and talk about and blah, blah, blah. And we get up there and we fly around and it was beautiful and it was awesome looking. And you see like the base camp where the crazy ass, climbers are trying to mount, trying to make it to the summit. And it was pretty cool looking at that. And they've already lost climbers to snow slides and all that kind of fun stuff, including a park ranger, unfortunately.
Did they say how much that is to do, the Denali one?
To climb?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was just curious because Everest is, I think, 6 figures now to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just curious.
We didn't talk about that, but
I didn't know if like the pilot was like, hey, if you have 80,000, go do it. I was just curious.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not something you got to prepare for that and train for it. Yeah, kind of like Everest and stuff. But they're actually talking about, well, let's talk about elevation, and they're like making comparisons to Everest. But I don't know if it's. I think Everest is high because it already starts high and it's elevated.
Yeah.
There's different things about actual sea level to height and blah 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 blah. So the land may be so far above sea level, but then the mountain starts and goes to elevation. But Denali, I guess, was lower, but it's a higher, taller. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that part of the guys telling me the story over the headsets. I was basically thinking, what the fuck am I doing up here? Because I was like, I'm going to die. I have so much podcast to do with hobby. I'm like, what am I doing? But the best part is we got done. It was beautiful. And they flew down there and they fly like back and forth. So you can, turn the plane around. And so everybody on both sides get good views. And then we, flew back and we got done and everybody's like, oh my God, wanted to kiss the ground because you have to come back through that wind shear, horrible wind shear again. And we got down there and we were done. And after we were done, we looked at him and we were like, you can tell us now, this was your first flight, wasn't it? And he just starts laughing. And the other guy's like, yeah, it was his first flight. I was like, thanks, fucker. So we got back to the lodge of where we're at. The van takes you back to the lodge of where you're at. And there was the next group waiting to go. And we were delayed by an hour because he wanted to switch the planes out because he wasn't, comfortable with the brakes. Because you're looking at this little, when you're talking about a little strip of this little Denali, yes. I'm looking at the strip, and I've been on little strips in Afghanistan and shit. And I'm like, dude, this is like smaller and worse than Afghanistan. What the fuck? But the guy's like, I don't feel good about the brakes. I was like, oh. In reality, he's probably sitting there going, they're looking at the wind shears and he's planning the routes. He's like, yeah, we probably need to switch out the planes for this wind.
You probably do not want to get into a plane when the pilot's like, I don't feel good about the brakes. You probably don't want to get into anything that the guy says that.
Well, the other thing is the pilot wants to live.
Yes.
Right? So if they're good to go and you're good to go, if he's not comfortable, then you're not going to question him switching planes out. But I'm just wondering if they switched planes out because we didn't see the original plane. Mm-hmm. The other guys flew the other plane in from the other airstrip where they were flying up into the glaciers up in
the original
north.
Plane is like the plane from Major League.
Yeah, the plane from Major League. It's like, we probably need the twin engine Piper. What was scary is that you're climbing and you're climbing and you're climbing in this little twin prop Piper. They're like, oh, we had to kill the engines and cool them down a little bit. And it was like, what do you mean cool the engines down? What temperature is up here? And, because it's freezing cold. They're not cold, but I guess they're overheated, and it was kind of funny. But, but it was pretty good. And then the people waiting, because they had to fly the other plane down, there's an hour delay, so they were set back. The people were waiting. I walk in like, hey, are you the driver's like, oh, are you the group for the excursion? Like, yes. And I'm like, it's the best thing ever. You're going to love it. Well, the next day...
Oh, no.
We heard people talking. They canceled flights because it was too windy. And so now we're thinking maybe we shouldn't have gone up. And my thought was, what the fuck am I doing up here? It was probably correct. But that night we had the best dinner and the best drinks because you had all that adrenaline flowing through you. We're like, we lived. We lived.
Give me everything.
Give me everything. Yeah.
Give me the whale. Give me the whale.
Give me your best bottle of whatever, Chateau de Blanc.
Give me the whale blubber.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like,
did you club any seals?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
Saw plenty of harbor. But
you didn't club any?
No clubbing. No, there weren't any discotecas there for seals.
Oh.
No clubbing.
Damn.
But it was good. In the long run, I would say we'd done some other excursions and buses and everything else. But, definitely a bucket list item that I would recommend for everybody to do at least once because It is beautiful up there. Go do it in the beginning of the tourist season because it's not overrun with jackasses like yourself. Speaking, and there's still snow on the ground and it looks beautiful and pretty. And I was like, it was pretty cool.
Brian, you know what? You've done such a good job on the podcast. You should probably go to Alaska this year.
I'm thinking about taking a post-Cincinnati Comic Expo trip to Alaska.
That might be a good thing. You know what? You probably deserve it after that weekend.
Yeah.
Dr. Dana deserves it.
Oh, yeah. She
keeps people in line.
Yes.
Don't you know who I am?
Literally.
Don't you know who I am?
No.
I ran the flying pig. Don't you know who I am?
No!
Congratulations, by the way. Did you talk about that
Dr. Dana?
We did
a little
talk
bit.
about that.
on the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she did. She did well.
Everest, I stand corrected. Well, I don't know if it's correct. The base price to go up on Everest is $45,000.
Yeah.
And then you have to...
So it's cheaper than Disney.
Yes.
So the base price gets you to the base camp?
No, it helps you climb. But then... then you have to get like an operator to help you carry stuff up and that.
Sherpa.
Yeah, and that can raise them a thing. And then you have to pay for your own oxygen. One bottle costs $465.
That sounds like a deal.
Usually use 7 is on average. So they can. The average price is about $90,000 for a standard trip. So
Wow.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah. I know just to get the base camp, you got to do a lot of acclimation. And
Yeah.
so imagine going higher than that.
We watched a 2020 or one of those shows. This was a couple years ago. And it was about, I think it was the year that they had like 9 of them die in like one trip, like one little window in that.
I think I saw that.
Yeah. And the one
like
person.
into thin air or something like that?
Yes. And it was like, oh, well, she really wanted to go. And she like did other mountains and that. Well, how did you train? Well, she just and she ended up passing away, unfortunately, but because they said she was ill, she wasn't prepared. And like she never did a big mountain. And they said, how did she prepare? Well, she was doing the steps in her apartment complex. No. And they're like, that's not a great way to do it. Yeah. And they're like, well, she was doing that in the Stairmaster at the gym. And it's like people and they were, the lesson is that they just, you underestimate it because of how powerful it is. And you shouldn't.
Yeah, well, one, you're in a controlled environment. You know, the temperature isn't a problem in your gym. The thinning air doesn't exist where you are. I mean, just being able to step isn't enough.
No.
And just knowing how to read a cliff face.
Yes.
What to do and where to put your, I guess, pythons or whatever.
I mean, there's other issues. Correct. I mean,
and cabling. And I mean, you should be doing other summits before you. I mean, Everest is like your pinnacle.
Yeah,
your pinnacle.
Yeah. It's your flying pig.
Yeah. I mean, you should be doing like Olympia in Washington.
Yeah.
And then Denali. And then maybe Everest. But
and then like Price Hill.
Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't start your first ever whitewater rafting trip on a river with like 6 Class 5 rapids.
You're fine. We're fine when we did that. We're fine. It's fine. Yeah. Everything's fine. Let's see here. Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 22nd through the 24th. Speaking of going to Alaska, Brian, do you have your tickets?
I do.
Ah, you excited?
I am very excited, especially after Vincent D'Onofrio was just announced for Saturday.
That is a nice little get there.
Yeah, very excited about that.
Talking to Andrew, who was very excited about that one.
As he should be. That is a great get.
Artist, creator, writer, editor, Grand Poobah, Jim Lee is going to be there. Disney artist Floyd Norman. Star Wars voice and overall voice actor Ashley Eckstein is going to be there. Let's see here. Brent Spiner from Star Trek. Christina Ricci from many, many things, including Addams Family. Let's see here. Charles Martinet, the Meet Mario. The voice is going to be there. Matt Lantern, who was here a couple of years ago. Great panel. If you go this year, you should go see his panel. He's from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I think he was a voice actor in Spider-Man. Yeah. But he is a really good good panel talker. Sorry, guest.
A very good panel talker.
Jason isn't one of those.
Paul Williams is going to be there. Miranda Otto.
Paul Williams.
Yeah.
Is he singing songs?
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be singing, but it's time to light the lights. And also Paul Freeman from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. VIP tickets are gone, but you can still get regular general tickets. Come see us on the second floor. We have some good stuff this year that's going on. And if you want to do a fan panel, I think the openings are going to be coming up pretty soon for that. So you can go to Cincinnati Comic Expo. If you have something interesting you want to talk about, not just dancing, putting an application, and we can see what happens.
Yeah. No, what's the gentleman from Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Paul Freeman.
Paul Freeman. Does he have a writer clause in his contract? You're not allowed to interview him as if you're Indiana Jones.
Snakes. Why do they have to be snakes?
Once again, Dr. Jones. What was once yours is now mine.
I expect you to die.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that was Bond.
Yeah, James Bond.
Wow. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. Seriously, for James Bond.
So tell us, what was it like to be in James Bond? You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He was in Iron Eagle 3.
Ooh, the third one.
Hot.
Didn't even know there was a third one.
Oh, there's a third one.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a fourth one.
Oh, good.
Don't skip 2. You gotta watch 2 in order to understand 3 and 4.
Yeah. You can skip 3 to get to 4. That's fine, but don't skip 2.
That's right.
Don't skip 2.
Okay.
Don't skip 3 because then you'll miss Paul.
Well, that's true. Don't skip 3. Hot Fuzz he was in.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. I remember that. Yeah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So there you go.
The show or the movie?
It just says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know. So, yes. That work? That works?
Well, did it say how many episodes he was in?
18.
Then it's the show.
It doesn't say that.
Then it's the movie.
Because there aren't 18 movies.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You have a broken glass sound effect. You hit that button
I don't ever say a trombone.
on Jason's next. On Jason's next bad joke.
Let's see here. Brian, anybody watch anything this week? Anything?
I watched Torque.
Oh, we did watch Torque for Everything I Learned from Movies. We were guests this week.
We were.
And I think
Torque. Was it Torquetober or?
It's in July.
Oh, it's a bike.
Torkula.
Bike month or
Bike
something.
month, yeah.
Bike.
Yeah.
Bike.
Bicycle month or motorcycle month?
Motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
All of them.
Motorcycle May or?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Electric
It's something.
bicycle.
I don't know.
But let me tell you, go see.
Go
Torque.
see it. Where?
You mean
have
you're
to
going to
rent
rent
it.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Cost me $3.19.
Plus 25 cents tax.
I know. I'm not happy about it. Because I kept looking online like, I got to be able to find Torque, right? It's got to be streaming somewhere, even on Freevee. Nope.
I found a very, very bad bootleg Spanish version.
I'll be honest. It won't matter. It won't matter.
That's what I was watching while we were
While you were doing the podcast?
were recording, so I was live streaming it while we were talking about it
I just want to
for
say
the first time.
I just want to say thank you, Steve and Izzy, for it.
Of course,
was
always
amazing.
Always good being on with them.
It was much better than watching The Passion of the Christ because it was an hour and 47 minutes shorter. So that was nice. A lot less whippings, which surprised me. I thought there would be more whippings.
More whippings in
Torque.
The whippings weren't done in hyperreal though.
No, they were not. They were not. But
Passion of the Christ. I thought that'd be a love story.
it was not.
Jesus and Mary.
It was
Magdalene.
Not. Whoa. Which Mary? Be specific.
He said Magdalene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Magdalene.
I was hoping it was a Pontius Pilate love story. We never get a backstory with him.
You know,
We don't. We know nothing about Pontius Pilate. One
No.
scene,
that's it.
and everyone talks about how terrible he is. We don't know what he's going through.
You know, he's just doing his job. I mean, come on.
They told him he had to do it. Yeah. The people voted. I mean,
Free Barabbas.
And as we've learned, nothing can go wrong when people vote. Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
At all.
Nothing.
No.
I mean, it worked back then. 2,000 years later, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
It worked out the kinks. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know, look how Athens survived eventually
Yeah,
in the Peloponnesian Wars against a military state.
I mean, if Caesar actually had a voting process, I think it would have been better. You know, maybe Brutus.
Well, you know, Caesar did do the voting thing until he decided to do it himself.
Correct.
With 2 other guys, and then that was too complicated.
It did not end
Had to
well.
eliminate the other 2.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Spoilers in over 2,000-year-old history.
Yes.
It'd
We
be-
are a history podcast.
I do have 2 things.
Yes.
I'll do the first one real quick. Is Ted Lasso. So I was a couple episodes behind, like
Yes.
3 or 4, and I got concerned because I saw a couple headlines about, oh, Ted Lasso sucks, or this season's lost its way.
Don't read those.
I didn't. I just saw the headlines.
Yeah.
And then my wife and I got home. We're like, well, we got to catch up with Lasso. What was wrong?
Yeah.
What was the problem?
Are you caught up, Ryan?
No.
I mean, a couple of the episodes, you know, could have been filler.
could
They were like, we want just to make a 1 episode statement about this, and there you go.
Yeah.
And otherwise, but you do have to suspend disbelief because you know if you're making a Super League, you're not going to pick AFC Richmond because you're a small correct because you're a small club and you don't have the money.
Correct.
But she was part of the she was invited to participate. But
Well, that's because they wanted a woman so that it wasn't all just a bunch of
oh yeah, just
guys
bunch
club.
of old white guys.
So I guess she was the token female owner because she's probably the only female owner in the
Invited by her
Premier League.
ex-husband.
I thought that episode.
Who owns another small club in West Ham.
I thought
fictional West Ham, I guess. At this
I
point.
thought that episode was really good because it showed Rebecca from as a young kid, how she accepted what she is.
dealt with a little bit of what she's dealing with. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
I thought
her
it was
role in
very
her
well-
position. Yeah, it's like we're going to make a little statement about this. Okay, and it fits in the major storyline. It's fine.
Yeah.
Some of the complaints that I spoke to people, I was like, "Hey, man, are you watching it? Like, is there something wrong?" They're like, "Oh, it seems like it's going nowhere." I was like, "Well, a couple filler episodes, but I'll tell you what, it's tailoring right now." Towards an end.
Seems like it's going. How about if we wait till we get there before we decide?
Stop it.
Didn't go anywhere.
We don't do that, Jeff.
Oh,
No.
I really am thinking that they're doing another season of something else. I don't think Jason's back, but I think we talked about it a little bit last week. I
Well,
don't see
what I thought with Nate was turning out to happen.
correct. But
Yeah.
here's the thing:
Yeah.
they have never advertised it as the last season of Ted Lasso. You would think,
but it's always been we're only contracted through 3
yeah.
seasons.
It hasn't been advertised, but has been plentifully reported.
correct. But you would think Apple would be, publicizing the shit out of it and promoting it final 2 episodes of Ted Lasso.
Well, they don't want it to be. Apple wants.
Correct.
I mean, this is Apple's cash cow right now. They would prefer them to do more.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying. I think
the problem would be trying to keep everybody on a contract and schedule to make more seasons.
Roy's still my favorite.
Right.
I still love Roy.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, and I knew what was going to happen with Keeley.
Yep.
And it came to fruition. I knew that wasn't going to work. It was going to end bad, and
I love Roy's press conference.
Yeah.
What a dumb fucking question that is.
none of my fucking business. But yeah, it is. Same thing. He's coming into his maturity curve, but they're arcing towards as if it were the final season.
They are. I wouldn't mind. I would watch a show with Roy as head coach. Roy and Beard. Beard stays.
Maybe Nate too.
Ugh,
He
fuck
goes
Nate.
back. He starts coaching his kid.
Brian's favorite character, Nate.
Going to get back with his wife.
Nate is? He's going to get back with Ted Lasso's wife?
Ted. No,
Oh,
Ted.
no.
Ted. I mean, they play at it, but they don't
I did-
commit to it.
I did like this episode had hardly any Ted Lasso in it.
Yeah, and that's the good
Which is
stuff.
fine.
Yeah,
That's why I think they're trying to build towards, hey, we could do this without him,
without paying Sudeikis that much amount of money. Yeah,
even though he's a writer, too.
Well, this most recent episode was to show how miserable everybody can be all at the same time.
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
But
But yeah,
the actress that plays Keeley, she is in Venom 3.
Juno Temple.
Is that her name?
Yeah, Juno.
What was she in? Was she in anything before this that we know?
She's been in several.
She was in The Dark Knight Rises.
She was.
Yeah.
Who was she?
She was the friend of, Selena Kyle.
Oh.
You know, when she met the girl in the bar or whatever after she stole the stuff. That was Juno Temple.
Oh, well, good for her.
Yeah, she's been in some stuff. You may not know it right offhand, but some big names, like he just said, Dark Knight Rises, like, oh, she was? Oh,
She didn't have that heavy accent that she plays with Keeley.
What do you got, Brian?
Let's see. She was in Maleficent.
Say that, Jason.
No.
She was in... Scrolling. She was in 2 episodes of Drunk History.
Oh, yeah.
Jason C. Brown might know her.
Damn it, Jason.
She was in the HBO show Vinyl. She was in the movie Black Mass, the Johnny Depp. She was in Sin City, A Dame to Kill For.
The second one.
She was
That
in
no one saw.
the original Maleficent.
2 Maleficents. Ooh.
She was just somebody in the background. Yo.
She was in The Dark Knight Rises. She played Jin.
Oh. One of my favorite characters from the comic books.
She was in 2011's The Three Musketeers.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember which one that was.
Oliver Platt.
No, that wasn't the 2011. That
I
was
like
from
that
the
one.
90s.
I like that one. I haven't seen it in 30 years, but I think
She
I
was
liked it.
in Year One.
It wasn't the Michael York one.
What's that?
It wasn't in the Michael York
The one from the 50s?
70s.
Oh, 70s. Yeah, I guess Michael York ate that
I don't
one.
remember that one.
That's actually very good, actually, believe it or not.
like
Three
the
Musketeers and the Four Musketeers with him. And, they're the other big name actors that I can't think of at the moment.
Could you imagine if they came out with a
Richard Chamberlain.
Oh, jeez.
The other guy, I forget. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oliver
Good
Platt.
stuff.
He was in the
they're
70s
all-
and 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine now if they came out with Three Musketeers, a movie, and then they made a sequel, Four Musketeers? Do you know how many people online would be like, you can't do Four Musketeers. It's only Three Musketeers. Can't you? Don't you understand?
Well, the entire book is Three Musketeers,
Yes.
but they break it up because D'Artagnan actually becomes a Musketeer.
Correct.
Blah,
I know. I was
blah,
just
blah,
being.
blah.
But
Yeah,
today.
technically,
Well,
You can't do it.
technically, there are hundreds of Musketeers.
Now, there's only 3.
Yeah.
I read the book.
You obviously didn't read the book because there are hundreds.
I saw the book in the store,
Yeah.
in the library.
anyways, yeah.
Speaking back to our earlier callback to hiking, she's in another remake or another version of A Story of Everest that's coming out.
Oh, it's coming out?
British mountain climber George Mallory makes multiple attempts in the 20s.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I can tell you how that ends.
Ewan McGregor, Mark Strong, and Juno Temple.
I do remember seeing that. It's coming out. Okay.
But just because it's happening this week, no sense in talking about it afterwards. But if you're a big fan of modern rock and 97X, old WOXY, Oxford, Ohio.
97X. Bam! The future of rock and roll.
That's right. So, big staple in Southwest Ohio, college music, modern rock, or alternative, what it used to be. Been gone since, 2009?
Off the airways, isn't it?
It was on on the radio.
No, I mean, isn't it
Internet?
internet? Thank
internet.
you.
Yeah, then it went internet, and then that finally folded.
Oh, okay.
And so it's been gone for a while. But during this time of year, during Memorial Day weekend in the Indianapolis 500, they always used to do the Modern Rock 500. And so they basically would count down the 500 modern rock songs to number 1. Well,
that was always fun to do.
Inhaler.com. Inhaler, they also have an app. They're a former NKU radio station that's gone and focusing on local music and a little bit of modern new music. Done a little get together with the old WOXY crews and have rejuvenated the Modern Rock 500 special for this week.
Oh.
So they're bringing back a lot of the old disc jockeys from 97X, and they've been doing the 500 countdown.
Really?
And so they're doing it 9 to 5 during the week. It's Inhaler, INHAILER.
Okay.
So they have an app, or you can go to 90.9-HD3, or you can go to the website, inhaler.com, and play it. And so they were just talking today, which Tuesday is day 2, because we've done the, they're doing like 100 a day.
Yeah.
100 laps, 9 to 5. So they're talking about it today, and the guy that started, this radio station was talking about, he goes, we've never seen, our listener viewership this high, blah, 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 blah. This is great. And I'm like, well, yeah, you're bringing back a token of music for people in the know. They especially miss it, it's been here because it's, it was a staple of my college life.
Do they change it every year?
They used to.
Okay.
So for, and of course, with new songs that come in, you got, new entries, and it's kind of interesting to listen to songs. They're even adding, so Inhaler's even adding some new modern rock or, alternative music songs into the 500 in addition to what was there. So it's pretty interesting. I think the last number one, I can't remember. I know it was How Soon Is Now. It used to be number 1. 3 Strange Days used to be number 1. Smells Like Teen Spirit was number 1. Where's My Mind was number 1. So I don't know what the number 1 would be this year.
What was the call station?
Inhaler.
No, before that. Like
WOXY.
WO.
Yeah, 97X. 97.
That's right. Okay.
WOXY.
Which was featured in the movie Rain Man.
Yeah.
Which was completely unrealistic because I remember watching them drive on Columbia Parkway and saying, you can't get 97X
you can't get
there.
97X in Columbia Parkway. Exactly.
2006, The Smiths, How Soon Is Now.
Yeah. So that could be, it'd be interesting to see what's the top 10 are, because I used to go and download the lists. I had several years of
So when they say modern, they don't
and
actually
I still have them.
They don't actually mean modern as in like current. They mean what you listened to growing up modern.
The modern era.
Yeah, well, the genre, alternative music genre.
So nothing current.
Yeah, you're not going to have any Iron Maiden on that list.
Iron Maiden was never played on that station, but I'm talking about, people out now.
Yeah, they do. They've added out now lists.
One
is, put it in there. Yeah.
Another is Where Is My Mind by the Pixies.
Yeah,
he mentioned both of those.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to go through them.
I still have those lists downloaded on my laptop through 4 iterations of computers. I've kept them.
So if you go to johnspurlock.com, he has all of them from 1989 to 2009, all the modern rock 500s, and you can click on it as Spotify or Google Music and get the whole top 500.
Correct. I was just about to say
that's pretty cool.
You can search on Spotify 97X Modern Rock 500, and they actually have Spotify playlists based off of those Modern Rock 500 lists. So yeah, if you're into that music and deep into it, it's the thing to go do. And yeah, Spurlock, you're going to have to send that link to me because now I want to go download the mirrors on this.
Yeah. We had switching gears, speak of old time, we had a poll this week on Bad Ideas Podcast, and it was only up for a day. We had like 100 votes on it right away.
Nice.
So we appreciate that. Go to Bad Ideas Podcast. We had, what is the best television sitcom of the 1990s? We had Friends, Seinfeld, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and The Simpsons. Which one did you vote for, Jeff?
I voted for The Simpsons.
Brian?
Seinfeld.
Blake, what did you vote for?
Out of these 4, I'd go Seinfeld.
In last place, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with 9%. The Friends with 19%. And winning 41 to 31%, Seinfeld over The Simpsons. There you go.
Well, The Simpsons could be number 1 in several decades now, can't they?
They can, but the 90s is when they were the best.
Okay, but then that could be your next thing. What decade is Simpsons was the best?
Oh, there you go.
I like that one. It's got to be the 90s. What year in the 90s was the best? What season?
3.
Which one's 3? Give me a couple episodes. Do you remember?
Monorail. Softball.
Oh, yes. Was that the year of Camp Krusty?
Could have been.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Season 3 is when, they found their footing in the direction they want to go. And, because the first couple seasons.
Brother, Can You Spare 2 Dimes? Is that season?
That's the one with Unky Herb.
Yep. The Auto Show, Colonel Homer. Let's see here. Homer at Bat.
So now we're just going to listen to him just read the list of
episode titles from season 3.
I couldn't even tell you what they're about.
Bart the Lover is when he gets his teacher to fall in love with a pen pal. Made up one. Oh, has the Flaming Moe episode.
Flaming Moe was a great episode.
Yes.
We want Chili Willy.
And they also had Like Father, Like Clown when Krusty meets his dad or his dad and him. So,
Rabbi Krostowski.
Yes. Let's see here. Blake, give me some listener feedback. What you got over there?
Listener feedback brought to you by that small moose I got to see on the panoramic train.
Oh.
He's paid by the state of Alaska to be stationed by a certain point of the train, and when it comes by, he runs out into the frozen lake so everybody can see him.
Oh.
Then he goes back for the next train.
How much you get paid?
Feed.
A lot of feed.
Oh.
Like the bear I saw. Mm-hmm. We saw a bear. Oh, we did have a black bear sighting.
Yeah.
So on the bus ride that was up to Caribou Crossing, which apparently in Canada there's 1,000 Caribou Crossing towns. Mm-hmm. So they changed its name to Carcross. So we're there, and we're out there, and my father-in-law, kind of a big naturalist dude, he's like, this is a pile of bear shit. And you look at it, well, it's not fresh, it's not very old, but it looks like it's recent. And then sure enough, not 500 yards down the road, we start going, and a bear is out on the side of the road, and there's a car in front of it that slows down, and the bus driver's like, oh, there's a black bear. And the black bear kind of looks at everything and then runs back into the woods. Runs back into the woods. So we didn't have any idiots trying to get out and feed the damn thing.
Oh, you could have seen a Worsley person.
Yeah, I could have saw a Worsley award right in front of me as it happened, but unfortunately, it didn't work.
So here's the thing: if you see a Worsley Award winner, something happen, you have the power on the podcast to just go up to that family member and say, I know your loved one just died, but congratulations, you are the 2023 Worsley Award winner.
Worsley Award winner.
That's right.
Yeah. So it was interesting, kind of exciting, but again, probably stationed there by the Yukon Territory for tourism. There's probably a trainer in the woods.
I told you.
Yeah, exactly. There's probably a trainer in the woods.
Yes.
Hits him with the little stick to get him to go out there.
Get out there.
Yeah, Canada. Electric cattle prod the bear out, so he runs out, and then he comes back in.
Why'd you do it again?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just remember that.
So that's who listener feedback is sponsored by.
Hope that answers your question, Doug.
Here, Yukon Territory, rent a bear.
Rent a bear.
So, anyways, we start off, with that one guy.
Sunny D. Number one fan.
Yeah.
7.
Chili Billy.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Big
Hands.
Hands, formerly known as
Big D.
Dad.
That's right.
The delivery man.
Postman, because he delivers thrice.
That's once, not twice.
Thrice. Big D. Can we give a breath of silence for the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser? That's the hotel, right? That is no longer taking reservations after September 2024.
23, it should actually say.
Typo.
Yep. Stupid intern.
Oh, was that the intern's typo or Doug's typo?
It was intern.
Oh, okay.
Dean Cain?
No.
Shockingly, families of 4 don't want to pay $7,000 for 44 hours of entertainment on Star Wars.
Oh, but $7,000 is for 4?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you people, what more do you expect for your money?
Yeah, I mean, they did have deals for half off, and they still couldn't do it.
Wow. What, is it a nice hotel?
Not really. The rooms are 188 square feet.
But is it nice? I mean, the square footage, the only thing that makes a room nice?
Well, it's an experience. It's not a hotel.
You sleep on a slab that
but I think
you press
it's
a button
probably
and it comes
hotel.
out.
It is. It's a giant LARP experience, though, too.
They look like the jail cells from
They do.
Andor.
They do.
Do you have to check in and check out?
They have no check-in desk or front lobby desk because it's part of the experience. They basically put you in a bus. Windows are blacked out. Like when they have like screens, like you're going through space. And it's actually a bus,
which is like half the rides now.
Yes.
Universal and everything.
And then
attractions.
Attractions.
Rides.
Yeah.
And you get out, you don't even see the outside. You just go into the Star Cruiser Hotel, like the docking station.
Oh, so the okay, it's a hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah,
So you sleep there. And you pay to
44
sleep there.
hours of LARPing. Sounds amazing. Or you could go on YouTube and just watch what it is, and you go, "This is really bad community acting, like community theater." But hey, if you want to pay $7,000,
Can I just bring my blaster and just start shooting everybody?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, in September you probably could. Nothing else is going on.
Yeah.
I mean, not really shooting them, but
No,
just
yeah.
pew, 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 pew.
They did-
I killed half the gas.
They do say like the people that go there with like backstories for their Star Wars character and that have the most fun, which I think it could be fun.
I have a
For that
thermal
part.
detonator.
Yeah, I mean, I think number one fan Doug was telling me like there was a Disney podcaster that went there that the free preview and that, and he had business cards made up that he was selling those land speeders, and like he had a whole backstory.
He was playing Lee Iacocca.
Yes, but he said all the actors
Not
there.
Death Star hazardous insurance.
No, that would be good.
Contractor hazardous.
I like that. Union rep for the
Union rep.
stormtroopers. But
Demand better aiming systems on these guns.
you deserve better. But he said like all the actors there playing the characters in that all remembered like little bits about him. So he said like overall the experience was great, but it's just so damn expensive. And they said they couldn't lower the price because they're paying actors and not just regular people not regular job
They're
grades.
not paying regular
Hold on a
people.
second. That's every employee at Disney.
They're cast members.
Oh, so you get promoted to actor from
Sure.
cast members?
Sure. Sure.
I guess you have to have acting credentials.
I'm acting. So, breath of science.
No.
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 What else we got?
From Little Richard 205
killed
at Not That Richard.
2 weeks in a row?
What 4 sitcoms, past or present, to make up a new Thursday night comedy block on NBC? Brought to you by Hobie.
Now I'm going under the assumption that we can pick any show, not necessarily an NBC comedy show.
Yeah, we could do that. I think so. I think Seinfeld's one of them, right?
Are we doing this as a group
Yeah, we can
or
do that as a group.
by ourselves? 'Cause
What do
I've
we got?
Got 4.
What do you got?
The 4 I have, I've got Community
Okay.
because it was the best show of the last 20 years.
Okay.
Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
They were on the NBC Thursday Night Comedy Block
Yep.
at the same time. I picked New Girl, Fox show, and Happy Endings.
Okay. I think two.
Because I got a Damon Wayans Jr. fetish.
Oh,
Oh,
that was just
apparently.
your Pornhub subscription.
Brian?
The Office.
Yep. Seinfeld?
Maybe.
Brian's picking Scrubs, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Scrubs. The Office.
It's a tough call.
Little House on the Prairie.
I was thinking about Big House on the Prairie. Oh. It's the sequel.
The sequel.
It's their take on the Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons. Oh,
There you
Golden
go.
Girls.
Golden Girls.
Oh, I would do nurses instead.
No, you wouldn't.
No. Night Court?
God. Night Court, like, can we just get, like, the first 6 seasons?
Yeah, you can do that. You can cancel it after 6.
Mr. Belvedere.
The original?
Do you have that series yet?
No, I'm still waiting and looking for it.
You didn't do My Name is Earl. Got surprised by that, Jeff.
Maybe I'll change Happy Endings to My Name is Earl because I didn't think of it.
There you go.
While he's finishing up, you got anything?
Those are all good ones. Let me think of some old ones here. Like, I think MASH would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think you go a little old school comedy. I would probably bring back All in the Family because it seems like what they did 30, 40 years ago is relevant again
Yes, it
today.
is. It is.
And Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, that's a good one.
I would do that. But if you do Curb and Seinfeld, I don't think you can do both.
No, you can't do. You got to pick
You'd
one
have
or the
to do
other.
one or the other, and that would make it pretty difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would have Sports Night.
Sports night.
Seinfeld, The Office, and then old school, like, I'm not kidding, The Adventures of Dobie Gillis I really like.
I've convinced you to like that.
Oh, I love that show. I love that show.
There you go. We got Dobie Gillis.
Well,
we got MASH, and we got some old stuff.
I got the other thing, like, it would be Dobie Gillis.
Three's Company?
Now, like, Gilligan's Island. I know, it's...
Oh, no, Gilligan's Island's great. Oh, you're going for the Bob Denver.
Yes.
Okay.
The Bob Denver hour.
There you go.
But no, you got the Dick Van Dyke Show that you could put in there.
The Danny Thomas Show?
The Dick Van Dyke Show.
Have you seen the Danny Thomas Show?
I've never seen the Danny Thomas Show. It sounds horrible.
It's a show that stars Danny Thomas. Danny Thomas was a funny person.
Anyways,
And St. Jude's.
Yeah, and he cared too
about children.
And
he may have liked glass tables and weird stuff that happened on top of them.
And Andy Griffith wouldn't have been a show if it wasn't for Danny Thomas.
Oh, it could be Andy Griffith's show.
That's true.
That was a spinoff from Danny Thomas show.
Really?
Yeah.
The only other one like from the 80s I thought was Cheers.
Cheers would be. Well, you know what? On the plane ride out, I did watch a couple episodes of Cheers, and it was a season where it starts off with what's her name burning the bar down, smoking
Rebecca.
a cigarette. Yeah, Rebecca.
Yeah.
With the cigarette in the trash can, burns the bar down.
Yeah.
Wow, have situation comedy formats changed since then?
Which is funny because the show after that, Wings, involves one of the brothers.
Wings.
I did too. I watched the episode that one of the brothers accidentally burns down the other brother's house.
Oh,
So they were just burning things down at this point in history.
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you got, Brian? I thought you had something.
So we said The Office and Scrubs. I would probably do King of Queens and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's a good one. Sunny in Philadelphia is another one too.
Yeah. I like
I mean, we're putting this on NBC. I don't think Sunny in Philadelphia would be good on NBC.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's good.
Yeah.
I was watching the Mindy Project. I had that on in the background today when I was working. Really liked that show. The first couple of seasons, I should say.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Blake. What else you got?
From Brad of the Cinema Guys.
Hi, I'm Brad.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that. Damn.
All right, hold on.
You only have an outline.
From Brad of the Cinema Guys.
What? Wait a minute. Close that.
From Brad of the Cinema Guys.
Are we still recording?
I hope. Yes, we are still recording.
Okay, just checking.
Awesome.
I hit it.
Okay.
We heard him.
All right.
I'm Justin.
No, it's Justin.
You don't hit it a second time because I already just paused it. So now it just unpauses, doesn't start over.
Justin's on the show now, too.
Hey. All right. When can I come on the show again, and what food will be taste testing then?
Anytime. And
Probably Funyuns.
Ooh. Why Funyuns?
Because they've been sitting here forever. The next time he comes on is when we'll eat them.
Okay.
I'm taking them home with me tonight.
And the bag is still sealed,
Yes.
Yes.
so they're still fresh.
He can have the
Shrimp.
Yeah,
The shrimp.
the wheat puff shrimp chips.
You brought the caramel coconut Oreos back in.
Yes.
Those are really good.
They are good.
Very good job, Jeff.
What if you don't do coconut? That's why I did not
You
partake.
wouldn't. You couldn't taste.
I don't
the
like coconut.
Yeah,
but
the
you can't
coconut
taste
was
it.
not prevalent.
Can't taste it.
I was-
Really?
I was a little disappointed the coconut was...
as light as it is.
Bland as...
I'm not a big-
I'll try one.
I'm not a big coconut fan, Blake, and it was good.
I was very concerned when we were passing this around, and Blake just said, "No, thank you." It's like, are you okay?
He's filled up on whale. He's fine.
It's good for the winter.
Yeah.
You have enough blubber.
What you got, Blake? What else?
Well, I guess I can't eat the Oreo cookie yet. From BlakeBot at BlakeBot16. If you could punch one member of the podcast team, why would it be Brian?
Wow.
BlakeBot sounds evil
Well, you did kill 15 other Blake bots.
to be number one.
I wouldn't punch Brian. He's lovable. And he took care of my dogs last weekend.
There you go.
I did.
So I appreciate that. Everybody, good job there at the Your place?
At the place.
At Pet Spot? Oh, Pet Spot.
That place.
I'm guessing the only reason I would punch Brian is because VW Bug drove by and he was closest to me.
Oh, I would punch him if he talked to Kevin James a lot.
Talked to Kevin James?
Or he brought Kevin James on the show. That's what I would do.
He's the new intern.
Well, I heard that,
Sweet. Intern Kevin James.
I heard the Volkswagen Beetles, the punch bugs, aren't as plentiful as they used to be. So I've seen a new thing. It was called the Tesla Titty Twister. I don't think it'll take off as much as the
I don't think it
punch
would.
bug.
No. That would not be.
It'll run out of juice quick.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I want to know why people want to know who would punch me in the face. I'd like to talk about that a little bit.
I don't know, but BlakeBot's out there.
It's BlakeBot. That's like AI.
It's AI, and we all know AI is evil.
I'm just saying.
BlakeBot is out there. Let's see here.
Right.
I'll go to the next question. I'll get to BlakeBot here.
Yes, and then I can eat the Oreo.
Yes.
From Professor Number One and Doctor Number One, why didn't the 365 Flicks podcast cover the coronation for you?
Well, 2 reasons. They don't exist. And we don't give a fuck about the coronation.
What is that?
That is when over in England, the new king gets a crown put on his head.
Oh, that guy that's like 68,
Oh,
100 years old?
Yeah, I thought he was older than that. But
I mean, he looks like he is
They had
85.
Yeah, they had 8x10 note cards for him to read his responses to.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but they weren't really difficult responses.
You're saying
I think back in the day, it was probably memorized.
Yeah, you're saying a 70-some-year-old who the only thing in his life he had to do was study these for the last
Correct.
70 years should have known
you
them
know
by
it's
heart.
eventually going to happen, right?
Our
You should be
president does that
prepared.
now.
At least
Every
they could,
president does it.
Correct.
at least they could have had like one of those transparent glass readers that all the politicians use.
Would have been amazing if they just gave him a magnifying glass.
I think that one of my favorite things I saw in the coronation was, it looked so much better in black and white than it does in color.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like black and white, it looked all like nice, and in color, it looks like a comedy sketch.
Yeah, well, it was great. It was the leader of the parade. Was a woman holding this sword, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is this?" A woman holding a sword. Apparently, it's a special position in Parliament for this. So if you're in this position in Parliament, you lead with I don't know what the fuck, the holy sword or whatever. I don't know.
The holy hand grenade.
The holy hand. Well, they did have a holy hand grenade. They called it the holy orb, and it looked like the holy hand grenade. But anyways, yeah. So they're talking. So she's a woman, and she held that position, and because of the timing of everything and her role in Parliament, she is the one that gets to carry the sword in. And she had been working out with barbells because apparently it's a big sword and it's kind of heavy, and she has to hold it up the entire time. So they were talking about she had been working out in the gym so she could, carry this big sword around with everybody. Of course, my old lady was a big fan of Princess Diana and everything else. So of course, on the cruise, I had to watch it for a little bit. And my first question is, hey, who's the lady with the sword?
Hey, it's 9:29.
And doesn't she give the sword to somebody and now they become king? What kind of?
That's the Lady of the Lake?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know.
What kind of form of government is this?
It's a form of government I envy right about now. Strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.
That's right.
Let's see here.
So we had the alarm go off.
BlakeBot talked today about. Let's see here. He talked about the Dark Universe today that failed. So
Matter.
And he talked about Oak Island. So BlakeBot.
So BlakeBot is
spoilers.
stuck in
No spoilers. I got to watch the finale.
BlakeBot is
stuck in 2016.
It's an algorithm of what Blake does. Jeff, give me some news of the geek music. Do you have some of that?
I can taste the coconut
in a sec.
Can you?
Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't taste it.
too much?
It's just enough to annoy me. Maybe I'll try some of these potato chips. What are these?
These are BLT sandwich chips.
Fuck yeah, give me some. Why are we holding on to this?
We're doing News Geek.
I think we ate some of that when you were gone. So
Last week.
see how you like those BLT chips.
Okay.
In the meantime, we will go to the. And that didn't work. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's why.
Oh my God, Jeff! Hit the button over here.
You want me to hit you?
No, we hit Brian.
Yeah, right now Brian isn't the one who I would hit if that question came back. It's time for a new installment of the News of the Geek.
Still recording. Let's see.
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Per Perfect Orgasm podcast or Organism podcast. I'm sorry. When Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, the studio nabbed a whole host of popular franchises. Did they? Let's see here. Among them are Alien and Predator. And while the House of Mouse has since developed Prey to really good reviews, along with upcoming Alien movie and TV series, there's one project they have seemingly won't see the light of day. Fox's former licensing director, Joshua Izzo, revealed that he spearheaded an Alien vs. Predator anime series, which is yet to see the light of day, even 4 years after the acquisition was completed.
No.
I've seen the light of day. It was just okay.
Quote, they're sitting at Disney now at 20th Century Studios, 10 episodes of a fully completed Alien vs. Predator anime series that I produced. It's done. It's in the can. It's mixed. Okay, we get it. It's finished. Yeah, you see, it's finished, Jeff. It was produced and story cracked by Eric Calderon and Dave Baker, two unbelievably crazy, talented guys. Disney says otherwise.
Dave Baker from the Forged in Fire?
Yes.
Man, I would watch that.
Talking about how the project became a reality at it, I said, hey, listen, I want to pitch this idea of a direct-to-DVD Alien and or Alien Predator and or Predator animation that we have. The consumer products division can sell against. Let us be the masters of our own destiny rather than waiting for theatrical whenever a movie decides to come out. What? Let's see here.
I don't think it was the sentence was wrong. I think it was the reading of the sentence that was wrong.
Neither Alien Covenant nor The Predator had been released at that time, and it sounds like Shinji Aramaki from Blade Runner, Black Lotus, Halo Legends, Starship Troopers was at the helm of this crossover series. Plans called for the series to be set after the events of Alien vs. Predator. Oh, thank God. And Alien 4. As for why Disney has decided against releasing it, there are a number of possibilities, including the studio may have decided it wasn't up to the quality they would like, and we can't discount the possibility they want to hold off on any crossovers before putting two iconic aliens against each other. So, does anybody care about Aliens or Predator anymore?
No.
No.
I didn't care then.
And then if you said it was an anime series, I'd say double no.
Anime!
Anime!
Let's see here.
But who would... I was going to say, who would do an animated... Anime. Yes. Series of Alien versus Predator.
We could do it as a violent one.
Josh Izzo?
P to the Izzo.
That's right.
It's not as good as Afghanistan animation.
Per comicbookmovie.com, where Blake gets all of his news from, several months ago we started hearing that the Hawkeye spinoff Echo might be in trouble. Echo. Sound a lot like there were creative issues with the Disney Plus series. A bad sign when many fans have already questioned.
There's an echo.
Why the character needs her own TV show. I like that one. Why does she need her own TV show? Because it's there.
Because they liked the character in the comic books and said, we'll give her own show.
We don't know how many, but all the episodes from Marvel Studios confirmed that they will be released on November 29th.
November 29th.
Stop it. That led to more speculation about the possibility of the series being shit, as a release that like this obviously means it's over and done within a few days, rather than weeks of possibly bad reviews. Hey, we're trying to do news here.
They're not.
I like these chips.
The BuzzFeed News division is gone. We're the next big news division,
Hey,
Blake.
Blake read the feedback. Now he's eating the chips.
Oh.
Give him his break.
Thank you.
A new claim from insider Jeff Snyder on John Rocco's podcast suggests there has indeed been problems with Echo. Thankfully, they might have been fixed in recent months. Have they? Quote, I heard the show was kind of plagued by issues throughout production. I heard that it was... I heard that was a mess, and that the show came in so bad they basically had to reshoot the entire thing. I'm told that they originally shot 8 episodes, and Kevin Feige thought it was unreleasable, so they talked about cutting it down to 4 episodes or 6 in post. That's not good.
No.
Then they ended up reshooting it, so my source did not actually know how many episodes they were sucked up with.
Wow, this guy's on the pulse of Echo.
Thanks, Jeff Snyder. Given how many times Echo has been delayed, this adds up, does it? Won't be the first time Marvel Studios has saved a project with reshoots. With that in mind, we're not too concerned, as there is quite a lot of excitement among fans to see how it leads into Daredevil, Born Again. Origin story of Echo. Thank you. Revisits Maya Lopez, who ruthless behavior in New York, in New York City, catches up with her in her hometown. She must face her past, reconnect with her Native American roots, and embrace the meaning of family and community if she ever hopes to move forward. As noted, all episodes will drop on November 29th.
Oh, you didn't read Echo. There was another Echo in there.
All episodes of Echo.
I like Insider Jeff Schneider. It was originally, I think, 10 episodes. Really? I don't know. Maybe 8. What?
Maybe 6.
6?
4? I don't know.
Cut down to 4. Like, what kind of insider are you?
I can confirm there's been between 2 and 10 episodes.
Excuse me. We do not make fun of the Insnider. That's his nickname.
Oh, really?
It was on what was I forgot the name of that show they did, where they did movie trivia competitions.
It's a really good story. Anyways,
I can hurt you.
Per TheGuardian.com.
It started on Collider,
where Jeff gets all of his
Colander.
news from. Per TheGuardian.com. A South Korean art student who ate a banana that formed part of a renowned installation by Italian artist Maurizio
Maurizio
said he did so because he was hungry.
I love this story. It's so awesome.
He was hungry in parentheses.
No Hun Soo was filmed brazenly removing the banana, which was duct taped onto a wall.
Banana, not a bandana.
Banana, which was duct taped onto a wall at the Leom Museum of Art in Seoul. Unpeeling it and eating it in front of the stunned onlookers before reattaching the banana skin to the wall using the same tape and walking off with a grin. When the museum asked No why he ate the banana, he replied that he was hungry after skipping breakfast, according to the Korea Herald. He later told broadcaster KBS that he thought, quote, damaging a work of modern art could also be interpreted as artwork. Now he came up with the idea to reattach the peel as a joke. He added, quote, I thought it would be interesting. Isn't it taped there to be eaten? The banana, part of Catalan's comedian installation, gets replaced every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
So, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like that's the original banana. I mean, a new banana goes in every couple days. Big deal.
But wait until you realize how much is spent on this fucking
Yes.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Here we go. Catalan, a sculptor and performance artist, was reportedly informed about the incident and simply replied, no problem. It's not the first time a banana from the work has been scoffed at. During the work's debut exhibit at Miami Art Basel in 2019, a banana was removed and eaten by the performance artist David Datuna.
So this wasn't an original event.
Yeah, this guy sounds like
maybe.
Daytona, who could be a douche, later told The Guardian that while he considered Catalan to be a genius, he took issue with the huge amount of money made from a banana that cost 20 cents. The first and second editions on display at Miami Art Basel both sold for $120,000, and another was put up for sale for $150,000.
I'm in the wrong fucking business.
Quote,
that's all I've got to say.
I have traveled to 67 countries around the world in the last 3 years, and I see how people live, Datuna said. Millions are dying without food. Then he puts 3 bananas on the wall for $500,000.
I'm in the wrong business.
So if they sell the piece, does he just come to their house and give them a new banana every 2 to 3 days? Until he meets...
I mean, who the hell is buying an art piece that spoils within a week of buying
People that have too much fucking money.
Does it come with a warranty? Guaranteed replacement?
Most people who buy art are just trying to launder money. I don't know how this is laundering money when it's worthless in a month.
Catalan, also known for provocative artworks that challenge pop culture, fuck you, won an 18-karat gold toilet called America and valued at £1 million, made headlines in September 2019 after it was ripped from its display wall during an overnight robbery at Blenheim Palace in Oxfordshire.
So appropriate.
Fuck
a
off.
golden toilet called America, and it gets stolen. It's ripped off the wall.
Fuck them.
It's awesome.
Well,
I'm in the
did it
wrong
get-
business. That's all I gotta say.
Did it get stolen, or was it just ripped from its display and dumped?
I see what you did.
Overnight robbery. That's right.
Jeff, do you have some plot lines music for me?
Do we have plotline music?
We do.
Oh, well, I'm a little behind. Well,
It's on the outline. Why is it so difficult? Why?
because I can't read.
Oh, well, there's an outline right there. Still waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting.
There it is.
Nope, don't hit that.
Wrong button.
Wow, it's time to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff, Jason.
And Blake and Brian.
It's like talking to my mom about her cell phone. Anyways,
What does this button do?
I don't know. Jeff?
Are we still recording?
We are. I just looked. It was still going.
Cool.
Jeff, what is Plotlines?
Plotlines is when someone suggests a movie and tells us the title and year, and we try to guess what the plot of said movie is, and maybe some people who might have starred in it.
This week we got from the Cinema Guys. Hi, I'm Brad. Missed that one.
Well, shut up.
I'm Brad.
Thank you. From the Cinema Guys, he has The Devil's Reign, 1975.
And I'm the Cinema Maiden.
Anyways, so we got The Devil's Reign. What is the plot line of Devil's
If it's
Reign?
coming from the Cinema Guys, I'm guessing it's a horror movie.
Yeah, I'm guessing that too.
Definitely a horror movie. So I'm saying somebody is probably trying to raise, or not maybe raise, but
I like that idea.
call
The devil?
The devil, set up a sacrifice to try and
I
bring
like
the
that.
devil back.
Yeah, 1975. I'm going to say Lee Majors is in it.
Ooh, Lee Majors. I like that choice.
They're trying to bring him back. They have to. They're trying to stop a cult from getting the book of the dead. Maybe not a book of the dead, but like a satanic book.
Satanic book that you can call and summon.
Maybe the Evil
Satan.
Dead book.
The Necronomicon?
Yeah.
No, that's bringing... Nah.
Yeah. Okay. So the satanic book, and they try to bring him back, and they capture Lee Major's girlfriend because what does every cult need? A sacrifice.
Oh, I thought I was going to say
As
a
you
virgin
say,
sacrifice, but that would be
$6
Lee
million
Major's
woman?
woman.
The cult. The
bionic
girlfriend is
Farrah Fawcett?
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Well, because it was Lee
Yep,
Major's
yep,
wife.
Yep. Anyone else want to add to this? Or good? What's your plot line?
Yes. That let's see. How would you tie the Omen into it? Because the Omen was big about in the
Maybe
mid-70s, wasn't it?
Farrah Fawcett was pregnant.
with.
Well, that was Rosemary's Baby.
Oh,
What if it was about a meteorologist who was the devil?
He's never wrong.
Oh, yeah.
There's a heat wave coming through Montana.
Because he controls the heat.
Yeah.
he's Mr. Heat Miser.
Oh,
He's
like a
Mr.
live action heat mic.
He's 101.
Who plays in it? Who plays meteorologist? 1970s.
Richard Dreyfuss.
I thought you were going to say Richard Dawson.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Ooh.
I like that one. I like it.
And he kisses all the female network broadcasters.
Well, back then
when he
it was
walks
okay.
onto the set.
Back then it was fun.
No, that's on Apple. It's called The Morning Show.
Oh,
Renewed for 2 seasons, season 3 and 4. Here we go. The summary: a satanist cult leader.
Satanist.
Satanist.
it was very satiny.
It's a satire. Satanist.
A satiny Satanist.
Cult leader is burnt alive by the local church. That's not very churchy. He vows to come back to hunt down and enslave every descendant of his congregation by the power of the Book of Blood contracts, which they sold their souls to the devil.
Oh, so this is a version of Nightmare on Elm
Now,
Street.
yeah, I was about to say this is like the forerunner of Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm trying to see who it stars. Ernest Borgnine.
Ooh, we missed that one.
Eddie Albert.
Eddie Albert.
Nice.
All that stuff.
Ida Lupino. William Shatner.
Billy Schatz.
Vincent Price?
Keenan Wynn.
No.
Tom Skerritt.
Your favorite.
Tom
I
Skerritt.
love Tom Skerritt and Picket Fences.
How old was he in that?
And a young John Travolta.
Tom Skerritt. He's like 10 years old and had that mustache.
Yes. It's directed by Robert Fewest. So get that.
See the
get
opposite
the
of Donnie Most.
You can watch it on AMC Plus. So there you go. Thanks, Brad.
AMC Blue.
Let's see here. Jeff, let's see how fast you can do box office news.
It's going to be a while.
Blake, can you toss me those wavy Cuban chips over there?
These?
Yeah.
We don't have box office news.
Cuban sandwich chip.
Yeah, we do. No, we don't.
No. We've been waiting for a box office news team for years.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think we do. Box office news.
I mean, I can hit Face Off if you want.
There you go.
Not that.
You
button.
hit the...
Tiny surgery. I'd like to take his face off.
So that's our lead into box office news today.
Oh, God.
There's a smell.
Oh.
Does it smell like ham?
Spicy mustard?
God.
Spicy mustard?
Which one is that?
Cuban?
Is it like... Maybe...
I smelled potatoes. So.
Oh, it's wavy Cuban sandwich.
Ooh, wavy. Made for dipping.
I like Cuban sandwiches. I might actually give that one a try.
Oh, man. Okay, what do we got? Box office news.
Oh, yeah, box office news. Coming in at number one for the weekend of May 19th through the 21st, we have Fast X. It made $67.5 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $300 million.
Were you excited about this?
I was pumped.
Did you love it?
It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. Like, legitimately, Jason Momoa made that.
That's what I keep hearing.
He was so good. Like, most of the villains in that franchise are kind of campy or cheesy. Like, his character could have, the way that they wrote it could have been really bad.
Yeah.
He made it so good. Probably, like I think I might have said this last night. It's probably my third favorite in the series.
Really?
Yeah,
And you've seen them all. Did you see 9?
I did see 9.
Okay, you did go back and see.
I watched 9 on Saturday.
Okay.
And then went and saw
10
on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay. I'm glad you liked it.
Yep.
What else we got?
Coming in at number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 made $32 million, a total of $266.5 million on a budget of $250 million.
These are very mustardy.
Well, mustard is a prominent
And I like mustard.
taste in Cuban sandwiches.
What do you think, Blake?
It tastes like a Cuban sandwich.
Yeah,
It tastes like it's a potato chip sprinkled with something that's supposed to taste like a Cuban sandwich.
Okay. What else we got, Jeff?
Coming in at number 3, the Super Mario Brothers movie made another $10 million, a total of $549.5 million on a $100 million budget.
It's me, Mario.
And he doesn't even say that.
Nope.
Coming in at number 4, Book Club: The Next Chapter made $3 million, a total of $13 million on a $20 million budget.
The company that released this said they're very disappointed.
Well, then don't release stupid movies.
That's my thought.
What the hell is it about?
It's a book club.
It's the sequel to Book Club.
It's the next chapter.
They go to Europe to celebrate one of their old people's weddings.
And then they read a book.
Oh, boy.
And it stars old people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I'm done with these.
I think Jane Fonda's one of them, isn't she?
Yeah. And Murphy Brown.
I'm going to have some more I'm strangely addicted to them.
These are disgusting.
Number 5, The Evil Dead Rises made $2.5 million, a total of $64 million on an $18 million budget.
Oh, those are bad.
Evil Dead doing well. I did not enjoy the...
I don't either. Those were awful.
I very much enjoyed these.
Oh,
But then again, I do not enjoy chips with flavors
yeah.
sprinkled on them.
What else we got, Jeff? What's upcoming?
Upcoming, we have The Little Mermaid.
A young mermaid makes a deal with a sea witch to trade her beautiful voice for human legs so she can discover the world above water and impress a prince.
Hashtag not my mermaid.
Hashtag fuck yourself.
But she's not white.
She's also a mermaid.
This
Not
cartoon,
real.
Brian, I grew up with this cartoon, and they changed it. How dare they?
Animated feature.
Don't care. I don't.
Could you imagine, like
why we saw the trailer for this before Fast X, and I was like, whoa. It looks good.
my daughter is really excited to see it.
Like, I'm actually, like, Melissa McCarthy looks pretty good in it. Like,
She doesn't shit in a sink. She shits in the ocean this time.
ocean.
But then again, they all do.
Yes, they do. But that's the thing. It's like, if you don't like it, what don't you do?
You don't watch.
Oh, what?
yeah. Watch your VHS tape of the original Little Mermaid. Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, you boycott it, i.e., don't watch.
Hashtag not my Little Mermaid.
I mean, it could be all the people that want to boycott Samuel L. Jackson movies.
Yes, and he doesn't give a shit.
It's like,
Because he's already got your money, you idiot.
What else you got?
also coming out, we have Kandahar.
A CIA operative and his translator flee from special forces in Afghanistan after exposing a covert mission. Gerard Butler and Naveed Negaban, Ali Fazal.
They put on the Oreo backwards.
Oh, Jason got a bum Oreo.
Oh, sorry. What else you got?
And also we have About My Father.
With Gerard Depardieu?
No, I think that's a different movie.
Oh.
When Sebastian tells his old-school Italian immigrant father Salvo that he is going to propose to his all-American girlfriend, Salvo insists on crashing a weekend with her Tony parents.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's
I saw the previews for this. It
It's
doesn't look
the
good.
so-called, like, loosely based on Sebastian Maniscalco, the comedian's life.
Oh. Does not sound good.
I mean, I guess right now we're in that loop of comedians getting their movies now.
Yes.
Rather than their TV
Like
shows
Bert.
or podcasts.
Oh, I thought this was the Godfather meets beautician barbershop. The one with, what's his name?
I thought the beautician was the one with the nanny.
Yeah.
Beautician the Beast.
Oh.
Sorry.
There's the one that did with De Niro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, Leslie Bibb, Kid
He
Cattrall,
hasn't done any bad films recently.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Well, he just had another baby. I guess he needs the money. 79 years old, just had a kid.
Well, I mean,
You got to raise that kid.
his alimony is like $3 million a month or
Yes.
something silly. So,
Stop having babies.
yeah, Bob.
Top 5 this week in honor of Jim Brown.
Who we didn't.
Do a breath of silence for.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yep.
How dare we not do that? Everyone,
Jim
breath of
Brown.
silence.
Top 5 favorite athletes that turned actors, that became actors. Let's see here. Blake, you're back for the first time. What's your number 5?
I didn't have time to do one.
Okay, good man.
But my number 1 is Jim Brown.
Okay.
But I did think of several others, so I could say my number 5.
Yeah, there you go. That's how this works.
Jim Brown is my number 5.
Or you can just put Jim Brown as all of your top 5.
Maybe we'll make them before. I'll say my comments because I don't want to ruin anybody else's list. But I would say, I really enjoyed Roddy Piper. In his movie.
They Live.
They Live.
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
And his, weekly episode series of Piper's Pit.
Yes.
Big fan of Piper's Pit.
Number 5.
Number 5 for me would be George Papadopoulos, Alex Karras.
That's my number 1.
Whoa, really?
Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
He fucking played Mongo in Blazing Saddles. He played George Papadopoulos. Why wouldn't he be number 1?
God, he was in Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah, that was him.
Yeah, it was.
God.
My number 5 was Jim Brown. Jeff?
My number 5 is Dwayne Johnson.
That's my number 1.
There you go.
How did we do
Touche.
that?
That's my number 3.
Oh, that was going to be my number 4.
Put it on the board! Number 4 for you, Jeff?
Number 4 for me is John Amos. Best known probably for being on, crap, I forgot the name of that show. Good Times. Father of Good Times. Also, Kunte Kinte, the adult version. And that one movie with Eddie Murphy, Coming to America. As Mr. McDowell.
What was his sport?
He played football.
Okay.
He had I guess he didn't actually play in the regular season, but he was signed to the Kansas City Chiefs for an off season.
My number 4 is Dave Bautista. Very enjoyable.
Yeah. Honorable mention.
Yep. Number 4 for you?
Number 4 for me, John Cena.
Oh.
That was my number 3.
Put it on the board. He was in Fast X.
He was in also Fast 9.
Yeah.
And what was his sport?
He was a wrestler.
Oh.
Enough. Stop it.
Well, you have to be athletic to perform.
Well, I agree. But I was just wondering what sport he played.
Put number 4.
I mean, the outcomes may be fixed.
He was a Marine.
Number 4 for you, Blake?
Sergeant Slaughter was my number 2. Now, my number 4 was Jason Momoa.
Oh.
And then my number 3 was John Cena.
I thought it was Dwayne The Rock.
I mean, Dwayne The Rock.
Yeah, we haven't done Jason Momoa.
I haven't done them yet.
Okay,
I
3
don't
is
think he
Johnson.
played a sport.
Just let it go.
He was a surfer. Isn't that a sport?
Not professionally.
Well, we didn't say they had to be professional athletes.
There you go.
I forgot.
I mean, Dwayne Johnson, did he ever play football professionally?
Miami Dolphins.
He did.
No, he didn't.
not.
He was
He
on
played
the
for
practice
Miami Hurricane.
Yeah.
team. Well, he was in the Hurricane.
He was. He did.
That's right.
CFL.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And he owns the XFL, so I guess
That's
that
right,
counts.
baby.
There you go.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me, Vinnie Jones.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was a good one. I love Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me was The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Number 3 for you, Jeff.
Number 3 for me is Mark Harmon.
Oh.
If anything, just for the movie Summer School.
Okay. That was your number 3.
That was my number 3.
What's 2?
Number 2 for me is Jason Lee.
Okay.
Professional skateboarder.
Yep.
Number 2 for me,
Which is just land surfing.
Exactly.
number 2 for me, Bob Uecker, Major League.
Just
Belvedere?
a bit outside.
Tried the corner, I missed.
Miller Lite
Honorable
commercials.
Yep. Must be in the front row. Number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me would be. What did I write?
Jason Momoa.
No, actually, Jason Statham. Sorry, I couldn't read that. Yeah, Jason Statham.
Hobbs.
Or Hobbs. Or the guy in Meg. And Meg 2.
I cooked a fish.
What was he? A soccer player?
He was a
Rugby?
professional diver.
Ooh.
He was
That's
one of
why
those-
he's so believable in the Meg.
He was a soccer brute.
He was not.
Number 2 for you.
Did I say Jason Momoa?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Number
And,
1?
Jim Brown. Of course.
Okay. Number 1 for you, Brad.
Number 1 for me was The Rock.
Okay. Number 1 for me, Carl Weathers. He was in Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 2.
boxer?
Yeah. Yes, he was a boxer.
Rocky 1.
He was
Rocky
in-
2.
Predator. Love
Happy
Predator.
Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Let's see here.
Arrested Development.
The Sasquatch Gang.
And what was his sport?
American Warships.
And what was his sport?
Football, wasn't
You tell me. He was
I
on
don't
your
know.
list.
it? I just know he was an athlete or something.
He's a boxer. Sure.
Could have been.
Sure. Why not?
Football player, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was right. You made me question it. Like,
I was just asking because I wasn't positive.
I was like pretty confident it was a football player. Wait a minute, am I wrong? Hold on. Number one.
Did he play professionally or just on the collegiate level?
Professionally. So.
And where? I mean,
Shut up! And go back
I
to
was
number
curious
one.
as to where he played.
Why don't you go? What's your number one?
My number one was Alex Karras.
Okay, then fuck off.
What immediately came to mind were a lot of old WWF, WWE wrestlers.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because you're technically kind of a performer.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of bad actors. I'm not
Yes.
talking about bad guys. I'm talking
I
about
agree.
acting that is bad.
Yes.
That comes out of there. But you get some gems that come out. I mean, John Cena's roles that he's had are kind of very good for him.
Roman Reigns.
You know?
He's acted before.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Nanny was great.
Yeah. Mr. T?
I mean,
wait.
what percentage would you say wrestlers are actors?
Like in TV shows and movies?
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
I mean, not like
not
like
wrong.
Every
they-
match,
they-
100%. Yeah.
maybe 1%.
But you mean like making it into actual movies and TV?
Paul White, the Big Show, had his own show for a while.
Yeah, he was
The
also
Big Show
in,
show?
Seth Rollins is in the new Marvel film Captain America.
The Big Show was in The Waterboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and
Kevin Nash.
That's
is a
Predator. Sorry, Punisher.
Punisher.
Yeah.
He was in John Wick
Yes.
2 or 3, but he's been in
And he was in
a ton of stuff.
the football one in prison.
Yeah.
Longest Yard,
Yeah, long shit. Triple H. He was in
Stone Cold,
Blade 3.
Blade 3. Yeah.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold when he's on the island. Love that one.
He's done
Yeah.
probably 20
He's got a show
movies.
now. He's got a TV show now.
He's always had a TV show.
He's got a new one. Sorry. Let's see here.
Yeah, you'd have to negate all the basketball players that have been in the Looney Tunes
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We
movies.
forgot him from
Kareem
Airplane.
Abdul. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't.
Michael Jordan.
I had Kareem as an honorable mention.
Kareem
I did
Abdul-Jabbar.
not have
Yeah,
Jordan
Airplane.
'cause
Yep.
Screw
oh,
Bugs
Wilt
Bunny.
Chamberlain.
Yeah, Will Chamberlain.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, powerlifter.
If we're doing NBA, we get Ray Allen.
Well, hold on. We got lots of here.
Oh, okay.
Doctor number one. We'll start with him first.
Oh, boy.
Lance Armstrong. He was in
Yeah, I eliminate anyone who played themselves.
Alex
as their
Karras,
role.
Webster's dad. Brian Bosworth.
Oh God, that was a terrible movie.
Bruce Jenner was in Chips. And O.J. Simpson, which O.J. Simpson was actually pretty funny back in the day in Naked Gun.
Yeah,
But
O.J. Simpson was good in the Naked Gun movies, and Jenner was in.
Chips.
Well, besides Chips,
Family that shall not be named. He plays himself.
Yes.
He, in,
She plays herself. Sorry.
the movie with the Village People.
Oh, Can't Stop the Music.
Can't Stop the Music.
Wow. Anyways,
Man,
jumped on that one quick.
deep dives.
Mark H.
I'm a little surprised that Doctor Number One didn't throw out Can't Stop the Music as the.
Mark H. had Bob Euchre, Alex Karras, Bubba Smith. Oh, from
I meant to mention
Police
Bubba
Academy.
Smith.
I had him as an
Hightower.
honorable mention.
Yep.
Rick Fox and Rowdy Piper.
That's right. Rick Fox is actually decent. He just hasn't done anything worthwhile.
Brian had Canadian of the Year. Had John Matuszek.
John Matusik.
Thank you.
He was Sloth. Was that the name? Was that it?
So
Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, he's terrible.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris was an honorable mention.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Forgot he was an athlete.
Chuck Connors.
The Rifleman.
Randy
What
had
about
RJ Holt.
Bruce Lee on anybody's list.
Hold on, let's see. RJ Holt 666 is not evil.
He's just handled that way.
he's my brother.
Bubba Smith, Carl Weathers, Ed O'Neill,
He scored 4 touchdowns in one game.
He did.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dwayne Johnson. Honorable mentions: Terry Crews, Mark Harmon, Alex Karras, and Roddy Piper. Pittsburgh Nerd had Ed O'Neill. He was an NFL cut in training camp. Jason Lee, skateboarder. Dave Bautista, wrestler. Fred Dreyer, 13 seasons in the NFL. And number 1, Burt Reynolds, college football. Steve at Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from movies.
Terry Crews, Fred Williamson, Carl Weathers, Dwayne Johnson, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Jim Brown, honorable mention, legend on the field and in the in acting, and in the struggle, but acting was a distant third. Rest in peace. There you go. So there's our thing. But yes, correct. Nobody said Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Bad idea of the week, number 812, making Aliens versus Predator anime.
Anime
did not work out. Blake, welcome back. Thanks for back.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Roger says, titles for the show. Roger says titles for the show.
Is that what Roger's saying today?
Yes. Let's see. I have Whale for Dinner. Don't Vomit into the Oxygen Mask. Rent a Bear. And that's it.
I had If You Find Yourself in a Dark, Cold Place.
Mm-hmm.
Satanists. A Young Tom Skerritt.
Oh, love Tom Skerritt.
Hashtag fuck yourself.
Oh, yes.
And it's 9:29.
Brian?
Mermaids aren't real.
Okay, so
if I just realized if I was up that way, I should have gotten in touch with one of our podcast buddies.
Nickel.
Yeah.
You should have.
Or Hanno.
Maybe he was the Sasquatchy looking guy at the side of the lake.
It could have been.
Oh, something I have discovered up there too. They joke around. They put up fake Sasquatches around all over the place up there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, fake Sasquatch.
Oh, sure.
Title for the show. Thank you. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.